Hey everyone, Justin here, welcome back. So far we've learned how to add, subtract, and multiply complex numbers. That leaves dividing complex numbers. Dividing complex numbers is often performed by electrical engineers to figure out how much electricity flows through circuits like the ones powering our homes. Here's a division problem that they might see. Division is the inverse operation of multiplication, and we know that multiplying complex numbers produces a single complex number. This also means that dividing complex numbers will also result in a single complex number. Right now, 10 plus 54i divided by 3 minus 7i is written as a fraction of two complex numbers. So how can we simplify this into a quotient that's a single complex number? To achieve this, we need an equivalent fraction where the denominator is a real number. Take this example, 180 minus 72i divided by 36. In this form, the denominator is a real number, which allows us to simplify the fraction. 180 divided by 36 is 5, and negative 72i divided by 36 is negative 2i. The fraction has been simplified into a single complex number, 5 minus 2i. So the question now is, how do we turn the denominator in the first problem, 3 minus 7i, into a real number? It turns out that for every complex number, there's a special partner called a conjugate. And when we multiply conjugates together, their imaginary numbers cancel out, resulting in a real number. That's exactly what we need to divide complex numbers. A conjugate turns a complex number into a real number when multiplied. Here are three pairs of conjugates. What do you notice about their operation signs? In any pair of conjugates, the complex numbers have opposite operation signs, while everything else is exactly the same. Okay, back to that division problem. When we multiply the denominator by its conjugate, 3 plus 7i, the denominator will become a real number. This will allow us to divide this fraction into a single complex number. But remember, we're creating an equivalent fraction where its value is unchanged, so whatever we multiply the denominator by, we also have to multiply the numerator by. This ensures that we're multiplying by a fraction equal to 1.
You've already learned how to multiply complex numbers, so now's a great time to apply those skills. We'll start with the denominators and see how multiplying conjugates gets us a real number. Pause the video now to multiply the denominators. We distribute the 3 and negative 7i of the first denominator to the 3 and positive 7i in the second denominator. This expression evaluates to 9 plus 21i plus negative 21i plus negative 49i squared. 21i plus negative 21i equals 0, so they cancel each other out. The I squared is replaced with negative 1, so negative 49i squared simplifies to 49. We're left with 9 plus 49. See how there aren't any i's in the denominator anymore? This is exactly the reason that makes the conjugate so special. When we multiply a complex number by its conjugate, their i's cancel out, leaving only a real number. 9 plus 49 equals 58. Now that we've multiplied our denominators, time to multiply the numerators. Pause now and multiply them yourself. We distribute the 10 and positive 54i of the first numerator to the 3 and positive 7i of the second numerator, which evaluates to 30 plus 70i plus 162i plus 378i squared. We can't combine the 30 with any other term, so it'll stay the same. We can combine 70i and 162i though, which equals 232i. 378i squared equals 378 times negative 1, simplifying to negative 378. Now we can combine the 30 with the negative 378, which equals negative 348. We have successfully multiplied both the numerator and denominator by the conjugate of the denominator. This turned our denominator into a real number, 58. Now we can divide negative 348 plus 232i by 58 to turn this into a single complex number. Negative 348 divided by 58 equals negative 6, and 232i divided by 58 equals positive 4i. Our final answer is a single complex number, negative 6 plus 4i. Here's our next example. 30 plus 10i divided by 2 plus 6i. What's our first step when dividing complex numbers? Yeah, we need to identify the conjugate of the denominator. And why do we need the conjugate to divide complex numbers? We multiply the conjugate to the numerator and denominator to create an equivalent fraction that will simplify to a single complex number in standard form. So let's start with our first step. What's the conjugate of the denominator? We know that conjugates have opposite operation signs, so the conjugate of 2 plus 6i is 2 minus 6i, which will multiply to both the numerator and denominator. Pause the video and do that now. I personally like evaluating the denominator first, but you can evaluate the numerator first if you like. We'll distribute the 2 and positive 6i to the 2 and negative 6i. How will the i's cancel out here? The negative 12i and positive 12i cancel each other out, and negative 36i squared simplifies to positive 36. This leaves us with 4 plus 36, which equals 40. Our denominator is now a real number. Now for the numerator. We first distribute the 30 and positive 10i to the 2 and negative 6i. The 60 can't be combined with any other term just yet, but we can combine negative 180i with 20i, which equals negative 160i. And the negative 60i squared simplifies to positive 60. 60 plus 60 equals 120, resulting in a numerator of 120 plus negative 160i. Now that our denominator is a real number, our final step is to divide the numerator by it. 120 divided by 40 equals 3, and negative 160i divided by 40 equals negative 4i. Our final answer is 3 minus 4i. You're getting better at this. Try this next one on your own. Negative 87 plus 99i divided by negative 9 plus 3i. This expression might benefit from factoring first, so if you want to do that, go ahead. Pause now and come back once you're finished evaluating the expression. Our first step is to identify the conjugate of the denominator. We know that conjugates have opposite operation signs, so the conjugate is negative 9 minus 3i. Since we're creating an equivalent fraction, we have to multiply both the numerator and denominator by the conjugate. We'll start by using distribution to multiply the denominators, making sure we use the correct signs. The positive 27i and negative 27i cancel each other out, and negative 9i squared simplifies to positive 9. This leaves us with 81 plus 9, which equals 90. Now we can multiply the numerators. The 783 can't be combined just yet, but 261i can be combined with negative 891i, equaling negative 630i. The negative 297i squared simplifies to positive 297. 783 plus 297 equals 1080, resulting in the numerator of 1080 plus negative 630i. We can now divide the numerator by the denominator. 1080 divided by 90 equals 12, and negative 630i divided by 90 equals negative 7i. Our final answer is 12 minus 7i. Okay, I've got one more example for you. For this example, the real and imaginary numbers that make up the final complex number won't simplify into integers. This means that your final answer will have decimals or fractions, but still be in standard form. All right, go ahead and pause to evaluate this expression. Our first step is to identify the conjugate of the denominator, which is negative 12 plus 6i. We're creating an equivalent fraction, so we multiply both the numerator and denominator by the conjugate. Starting with multiplying the denominators, the negative 72i and positive 72i cancel each other out, and negative 36i squared simplifies to positive 36. This leaves us with 144 plus 36, which equals 180. Now we multiply the numerators. The negative 456 can't be combined. 228i can be combined with a negative 204i, equaling positive 24i. The 102i squared simplifies to negative 102. Negative 456 plus negative 102 equals negative 558, resulting in a numerator of negative 558 plus 24i. We can divide this complex number by the denominator, since 180 is a real number. The real and imaginary numbers of our final answer can be expressed in all fraction form, all decimal form, or a combination of both. Even though all of these are acceptable, repeating decimals are usually left as fractions, so these answers are considered the most ideal.
Today, you learned how to divide complex numbers. You learned that conjugates have opposite operation signs, and when multiplied together, the product is a real number. We multiply the denominator's conjugate to the numerator and denominator to form an equivalent fraction that simplifies into a single complex number. And with that, you have mastered all operations of complex numbers. Stay curious, and I'll see you next time.
Hey!